Welcome to another episode of Dear Man. Um, it's been a while since we actually came live. So I think for the past, what is it, 4 weeks or 3 weeks?
This like the fourth.
This like the fourth week. So for the past few weeks, we've been held up in different places, and so um, we were just um, going through the past videos. And so if I saw that in some of those episodes, people were uh, putting questions and comments in the comment section, so we couldn't answer them, right? Because they were not live videos. Yeah, they were just replays. So we excited to come your way today with yet another live episode. Yeah, we did miss you guys. And and with me, it's we have Prissy, who is enjoying life. Anyway, so the topic we have from Sami is to discuss the best way to communicate in a relationship. Um, it is one of those topics where it could be very dicey to discuss because it's not like cast in stone, as in how it should be done. Usually, it is um, largely dependent on the people involved. Yeah, the kind of personality, their likes and dislikes and all. So I think that primarily you just need to understand how your partner communicates and how your partner wants to be communicated to, right? And apart from that, there is also a big thing about when you even communicate what, right? So it's a big one to discuss. So first of all, to know how um, you should communicate to your partner really depends on who your partner is, right? There are people who will want to be communicated in a certain medium, in a certain tone, with certain content, because the what is also important, right? There are some people who wouldn't want you just coming to say unnecessary things, right? So yeah, the those are all the things you consider. I'll throw it to Prissy and then we delve in. Yep.
Yeah. So like you said, it's just about the personality of the individual. Yeah, some want you to communicate to them in a very polite way. Others don't mind how you talk to them. You can for some they don't mind you swearing and all that because that's how they also communicate. Um so it's all based on how the person was raised. And there are some that are prim and proper, so you have to also carry messages to them. The time of communication too. Someone will say, if I want to communicate something important to my spouse, I'll wake the person up at dawn. Yeah. Right, that's with fun. He will slap you. Yeah, that would be. It all depends on. Because he doesn't joke with his sleep. It all depends on the individual. He wants to be fully awake and walking around before you tell him something. Yeah, so um I won't be able to tell you how you should communicate with your spouse. You have to study who you are with. Yeah. Know the person's likes and dislikes. Mm-hmm. Also study the person's mood, because there are some messages you cannot communicate when the person is in a bad mood. Yeah. You probably have to wait till you find that there's a nice environment or a good mood to communicate whatever message you have.
Yeah, right.
And then some people too want you to hit the nail the thing on its head straight to the point. Don't garnish it. Don't. It's draining for some people.
Yeah.
Yes. So it all depends on what you like. How they. Yeah. You just have to have emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Absolutely. So again, this is really, really person dependent. The one you are with in the relationship would really determine how you go about communicating stuff. And one thing Prissy mentioned was regarding the content of the communication. There are some people who are not interested in all the merry-go-round, try to um, go round, 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 round before saying the substantive issue, right? And so, if you have a spouse who wouldn't really appreciate that, then go straight to the point. And there was a funny point Prissy made as well. I don't know how this thing came about where people would um, wake up their spouses at dawn to speak about things, right? Maybe it's because the people are busy and you don't see them by morning, they're gone or something. But
Maybe they were
maybe
waking
someone,
up at dawn to go to the farms like in the past. So
oh, okay, so maybe when
I
you wake
don't. They
up
are
at dawn,
fully awake, but
yeah. Because for me, sometimes I work so late. If I come to sleep at 2 a.m. and you call me at 4 a.m. that you have something to say, you you would you not like it. Okay, so I think that this is how we should think about communication. Um, it's a two-way thing, right? You are not delivering a speech. You are not just saying what's on your mind. It's a two-way thing, and so we should be able to treat it as such. There are times when people want to communicate something and they just came to tell you whatever is on their mind and go. Feedback zero, right? And so all we're saying is that it is not just one transmitter that's just transmitting, and whether people listen to it or not, they don't care. You should allow for feedback from whoever is receiving the information as well. And just as sometimes you would be watching TV, DSTV, and there'll be bad weather, and it will scramble the signal such that you will not be able to really see what you want to see. In communication as well, ensure that the environment is right. Okay, so there are things you might want to say to someone, but looking at the surrounding conditions, it is wiser to find a better time to say it, right? So, again, it's not all what you say, it's how you say it, where you say it, and again, all the conditions surrounding.
in the mood
Yeah,
of. There
yeah,
are some things that you would have to say face to face.
right.
Others you can message,
Yeah,
text message, because sometimes you intend to say something, but
mhm,
putting it in writing might give a wrong.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
can also wait to meet the person face to face
yeah,
and see it. Not like someone is at work
yeah,
and probably under pressure.
yeah,
Then you send a message. Where is yesterday's stew? Or where
yeah,
it might not be that, but it might get the person angry.
exactly.
Yes, so you should also look at your the And I'll say the environment, the mood, like
Yeah,
you
weigh
said.
all the conditions before you speak. You go to, like, maybe you go and speak to a friend of yours, and your friend will say, Kemole, Kemole, or tell him, like, or use your brains.
Yes.
I mean, just use your brain. And sometimes when people are giving you pressure from the external, right, to do something, they might not be privy to all the factors and the dynamics that are involved, right? And so you should always be in a state where you analyze how things are going before you go say every. The fact that you have a mouth doesn't mean that you should say everything, right? Or doesn't mean that you should. One other thing we also need to learn is to know, personally, when I'm trying to say something, send it through so many filters. Like, and so especially if I'm angry about something, the words might not really come as fast as if I was speaking regularly, because I am trying to process all of them, filter them. Like, this thing, okay, is it okay? Is this one okay to go? Because when we spew anything, we are not able to take them back, right? So yes, what is really on your mind is to say something bad
Yeah,
to someone.
but I think that
Yeah,
sometimes too we fail to communicate the exact thing that we want
yeah,
because we feel the person receiving the information might feel bad. So maybe we have communicated, right?
right.
We don't like something,
Yeah,
but we try to be nice about it. The
yeah,
person might not get the information that we don't want it. Yes,
yeah.
so
I get,
we
yeah, I get that
sometimes
one as well.
also reduce the impact of
Mm, yeah,
the message. Like we want this message to make an impact, but
yeah,
because we are trying to be too nice about it, the impact we want to make doesn't come as it's like maybe somebody is doing something you don't like and you
yeah,
want to tell the person you don't like what you are doing. I don't
yeah,
like what you are doing. But
yeah.
then the way we also make it try to be nice about it, the person doesn't get the message we
It,
are trying to throw out there.
yeah.
And the person does it again, and we get angry, like I told you, but maybe it was too soft. So sometimes you need to be
Um,
hard when you are
yeah, I
communicating.
agree. Sometimes you need to be. So, I mean, if you think the person is so dumb that they are not getting what you're trying to say, then you might need to go a bit hard. But again, I think, especially in relationships or in marriages, um, people should learn to season their words before they let them go. This is why. So, mostly people, like, for example, if you have someone who is not like abusive, like verbally abusive, and the person is pushed and abuses the spouse verbally once, that might be all the spouse will remember. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So at that point, just because you were pushed and you said something you shouldn't have said, you might have created a dent on your marriage or your, and you can't undo it, right? So especially, I mean, for me, um I think that diplomacy and trying your best to really polish it before you say it really goes a long way to help, because um yes, it's so easy to just say what is on your mind, but the aftermath, you can't repair it, right? You can't repair it. So Sami says that my question is, when ladies say it's okay or it's fine, but they actually mean it's not fine. Women usually let it slide, but women expect us to magically understand that it's not fine. How do you deal with such a situation? Okay, so good question. Um, Again, you should know who you are dealing with. Personally, if you tell me it's fine,
Yes, it's fine.
it's fine. If I wouldn't come and babysit. Oh, and how would you please? There is too much work in this world that we can't waste all the time trying to get someone to explain whatever they mean further. And so I think in that situation, I'll let Prissy speak about it, but in that situation, the ladies should learn to say what they are thinking. See, life is so difficult that you can't go have a puzzle like jigsaw puzzle and add it to all the complexities of life. So that someone speaks, you will need to go find out. Oh, do you mean this or do you mean the What kind of hardcore job is that? Like, it's that kind of job description. If you are thinking something, say it. If you are not happy with something, you say it. You shouldn't come and press buttons before you voice out whatever. Okay, Prissy. Yeah,
Yeah,
what do you have to say about that?
like we are humans, we
Mm-hmm.
cannot see what or determine what is in somebody's heart or somebody's mind. We can only um interpret or infer from the person's speech or
Yeah,
actions, right?
yeah,
So if someone says something, most of the times we want to um pick the communicate, so we can also communicate by our actions or our
right.
so if the person says life, you say the person says it's fine, but by the person's action you see it's not fine, then you should also know that it's not fine, because communication is not just about what the person spews
I
out, but
agree.
sometimes the way the person even reacts, you
I
can pick
agree. But
cues from there.
sometimes that's how the person's face is. It's not like the person has frowned. So if I have to go there and check, I have to go check if your facial. I mean,
No, so
some,
you can have someone telling you that I love you,
yeah,
but all the actions that the person is,
correct,
everything the person is doing
correct.
communicates something else.
Yes,
You should you shouldn't just depend on what the person says, but
yes.
also um by
Their actions
their
or
acts or
inactions.
actions.
I
Yes.
agree.
So I feel like aside listening to the person,
Yeah,
also pick up those cues from the way they do things.
correct. But back to Sami's question, it was specifically on ladies saying it's okay when it's actually not okay. You get what
That's
I mean? So
how did Sami know that the person is not okay? It is also because of the way the person reacted by the actions.
ah
That's how he was able to know that though the person said it's
yes,
okay,
good.
it wasn't okay.
That's a good point. You say you are hungry. Sorry, you are satisfied. I say, oh, there is more food. Are you going to eat? No, I'm satisfied. If you are rubbing your stomach, maybe you do something is itchy or something. I won't come and be the extension of your brain and say, oh, it means that okay. Sami is asking how much honesty is too much in a relationship. Um, so if we linking this to communication, this is what I would say. You should start on the right note. You should start on the right foundation. If from the beginning you already have things to hide, you are just in for trouble. Like it's a recipe for disaster. Because you see, you have so many, assuming you're going to marry that person or assuming you're going to live life with that person, you have so many days that things will come up or crop up from somewhere. And so if you're not honest in your dealings with the person, it would always come up
Yeah.
and it will create trust issues. And any marriage with trust issues, I mean, it's always a recipe for disaster, right? And so I think from the get go, why would there be something to hide? Especially if we're going by the principle of the two will become one. How do I hide something from myself? You get it? So if you don't think you can be honest with someone all through, then maybe it's not worth pursuing. Yeah. Yeah, Prissy, go ahead. You want to say
So
something?
for somebody to maybe lie about something,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be very good. Like, have a very good memory, because you would have to tell one lie and another lie to cover up that lie, and like so many times.
Yeah.
And so it's I feel like it's a lot of work, because most of the times you might not even remember the first lie you told,
Right.
like with time,
Yeah.
and you be caught up. It will definitely come up.
Yeah.
So just say, if the person doesn't want you being honest at the
Yeah.
initial stage,
Yeah.
don't even bother yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't force it.
If you have to hide something to keep someone, then it's just
It's not
not worth
worth
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because eventually, if it's comes out in the
Yeah.
open, it might even be more disastrous than you letting
Exactly.
the person know
Yeah.
at the initial stage. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
if you feel that there is something that you have to hide to keep the relationship, then it
then
means that,
yeah, it's also on the wrong
yeah.
from the get go. Yeah. Um something came to mind, but I won't say it. If i- you might think you are saving the relationship by that lie or hiding whatever it is, but that is actually what would end the relationship when it gets exposed, right? So don't fall into that trap. And then the next question is it better to talk immediately when upset or to cool off first? I would say cool off first. I would say cool off first. Personally, when I am angry about something, I rather become quiet, right? Because again, words that are heated or in that heated moment, you would say things you will regret later, right? So cool off. It would also give you time yourself to think through it and even think about how to structure what you want to say, right? Because in the heat of the moment, you would make a mess of yourself, and so I mean, you don't want to just go and in that angered state just spew trash. Yep, yeah, Prissy.
So for me, I give people like the benefit of the doubt, or when you are doing something continuously, I'll let it go the first time, I'll let it go the second time, then I'll start planning, because when I realize that it is something and I start planning my response carefully, and the day that it's like over, I give it to you. But by the time I'm giving it to you, I've already planned. It's not like something you did and
Yeah,
I'm giving it back to you then there. So usually when people see me and like, oh, you look like a nice person and all that, but when it is full, I'll give it to you rightly. Like, I have really planned for it. It's not like it just came out of the blue, but I've
yeah,
given it to you. And so I make sure that by the time I'm delivering it, I'm not using any swearing words or something, but I'm giving it to you tactfully, the
yeah,
right. Yeah. So
yeah.
I think most women too are like that. They say we keep harboring things. And so usually for most ladies, before they react, you would have probably repeated the thing severally. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, if you think eh, um so just as scripture says, you should be um slow to speak, right? You should be swift to hear. Um when you are very swift to speak, sometimes you don't give your brain the time to connect to your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you might end up just allowing your mouth to say things that your brain did not permit or
You
approve.
say things later and regret.
Yeah, things that your brain did not approve, right? So, yeah, you should be swift to hear, but you should be slow to speak. Yeah, so I mean, if in the heat of the moment, just walk away or calm down or yeah, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Sami says that what habits did you build to keep communication open and healthy? Um, Communication open and healthy. Okay, I would say that. So, and it's good you asked this with regards to habits, because personally, when I see, and I'm not in the judgment seats and judging anyone, right? But when I see people who swear, okay, use swearing words, are able to just use abusive words and all, I feel it's a bad habit that has been picked up that might end up impacting their relationships, right? Because if in your own life you can just use vulgar language, you can use foul language, you can just say anything that comes to mind, it it actually means that um you have no control over your tongue, right?
Yeah.
And when it happens that way, it wouldn't be different from how you relate to your spouse or, yeah, whoever you are in a relationship with. So I think those are very good habits that you need to pick up whilst growing up, so that it can't even come out of your mouth.
Out. Yeah.
Like for example, in my professional world, when I am around people, sometimes it's even my bosses, and for some reason they are just talking normally and they swear, that very moment they realize I'm around and they say sorry, because they know they can do that in front of everyone else, but you don't do that in front of me, because it's not something
Yeah.
I allow, and so, and I don't use such words. So immediately they feel they've done wrong, and then they apologize. So these are good habits you shouldn't be the go-to person if people want to insult someone. They know, like, oh, you dear, you have
Oh
all
yeah.
the, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Yeah, and I think that's I also have that thing. Like personally, I don't like swearing.
Mhm.
So if I even an adult, somebody maybe I respect,
Yeah,
and you start swearing, it's like
yeah,
I can that's 100 to 0.
yeah,
I try to avoid communicating with you
yeah,
because I don't like it. It's not something that
yeah,
I am comfortable with.
right,
So I'll try to avoid communicating with you. And I also don't even want my kids to be
yeah,
associated with you.
exactly,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's it's like, yeah, we are trying to build relationships and all that, but
yeah,
I want you to come and mess up
yeah,
my peace of mind or something with those, because there are some people that everything they will say is swearing.
yeah,
Or if even if we are having conversation and you swear, you see that I'll just hold back
yeah.
and all that. So
And then to keep it open again, I think that it goes to the foundation thing. Um, So I think the goal is that if you're really going to spend your life with someone, then you should be an open book, right? Like you should be able to tell your partner or whatever anything. In fact, I think some people even take it to a higher degree, and I saw that with a certain couple, but then there were other fundamental issues there, yeah. But they could actually literally talk about anything and everything. When I say anything and everything, sometimes because of the fact that you want to be guarded and respectful and everything, there are things you will not say, right? But I have seen couples that like literally can say anything, and that,
without filters.
yeah, exactly, and that is, you are communicating, but you are you're actually creating a lot more trouble than you should, right?
And I think that if maybe two people swear, they can probably
Yeah, so
do good
they
together.
are equally
They
yoked,
will
right? So
understand each other. Like, yeah.
they'll be on the same frequency. So it's it's yeah, I know. So just try to be a respectful person
Mhm.
in your own life personally. You should, if you respect yourself, as we put it, then you should be able to extend that respect to
To others,
yeah,
yeah.
other people as well. So yeah, I think that, and it's difficult for people to pick up such habits because it is not easy to keep going in a certain way. I mean, for life, right? You get what I mean. So I think that, yeah, personally, we should have value and respect for ourselves, and that way we will be able to extend that respect to other people. Yeah. Prissy, I don't know if you have anything else before we.
So yeah,
Yeah.
in totals. In
So in summary,
summary,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. In summary, um, I think one thing that we've now worked through in this discussion is that in all, I mean, trying to communicate to your spouse and everything, try to be very respectful, right? Try to be guided, try to be guarded, try to filter your words, try to let your words be with grace. Don't just, there are a lot of things you can say, but it doesn't mean you should say them, and it doesn't mean they are necessary, right? And so, and always remember that your words, you cannot pick up your words after
Once you
people.
say it,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So try to, you know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. It's been good to be back with another live session, and we look forward to engaging you again in yet another episode next week. As always, oh, remember that no two relationships are the same. Thank you, cheers, and bye for now.